Food Fight, a student competition, is presented by the Oklahoma Natural Gas Energy Efficiency Program.
I'm cooking like a boss on my new gas range. With a turn of the knob, I'm controlling the flame. Energy efficiency is changing the game. One bite of my boys like,
Dad, it's insane.
R-E-V to the A-Z-E. Got a rebate check that's coming to me. I said R-E-V to the A-Z-E. Getting paid when I'm saving that energy. Let's go.
All right, today on RSU TV's Food Fight, we have Inola versus Union cooking up some delicious food in the kitchen, all trying to win some scholarship money. Coming up next. Welcome to Food Fight, a high-stakes cooking competition for high schoolers, all competing for a chance at scholarship money. I'm your host, Anna Berry. So today we have Inola and Union, and they are at the One Gas Education and Training area here in downtown Tulsa. But before we meet our competitors, let's meet our judges. Okay, I am with one of our celebrity judges. We've got Bud Ford. You have seen him on KTUL's Good Day Tulsa, the meteorologist, as well as the co-host for Good Day Tulsa. But I'm curious about how you were here with us on Food Fight. Do you love to cook?
I do love to cook. It's one of the things I do on the show. Oftentimes you'll see me try an air frying segment. If you don't have an air fryer, you have to get an air fryer. It could be the greatest thing the good Lord ever gave us, right? So I'm loving that. But I also like to cook on the grill. I like to cook in my kitchen. I wind up cooking a whole lot. As a single male, I'm surprised that the hardest thing I have to answer each and every day is, what am I eating for dinner?
What is your favorite meal, Bud?
I love steak. I'm good at it. I like to cook it whether I'm cooking it on the cast iron or whether I'm cooking it on the air fryer, whether I'm cooking it on the grill. I love steak. And red meat is good for you despite what anyone will tell you.
I agree.
I have a doctorate.
You have a doctorate in steak?
In steak.
Okay, our next judge is Master Chef Justin Thompson, and I'm sure you've eaten at one of his restaurants around town. How many restaurants do you have currently in Tulsa?
3 restaurants, a bakery, and catering company. Getting ready to open another restaurant in a few months. So.
Wow, you're always moving and shaking and creating great food. So how did you get into cooking?
You know, it was all about building relationships. So when I was 14, I didn't have a great relationship with my dad, and we started cooking meals together, and that kind of saved it. And now he's one of my mentors and best friends, and someone I rely on a whole lot for lots of things. So
and craftsmen too. You guys built so many different parts of your restaurants together.
Yeah, some out of necessity, some for fun. Yeah, we built a lot of Juniper, and previous restaurants that have opened have built a lot of different components to it, and it's just something that we've done for fun and just something to add our little personal touch in each restaurant.
Okay, our next judge is the lovely Angela Evans, a food writer for many years and now at the OK Pop. Welcome, Angela.
It's so great to be here. This place smells amazing already.
Right, it sure does. So talk a little bit about your food history. You obviously know food. You were a writer for a while.
I do. Luckily, I was fortunate to write about the food culture and all the wonderful restaurants here in Tulsa. And let me tell you, we've got some students here that could give some of those restaurants a run for their money. So It's been really great experience, and learning about what chefs are looking for, what they do in the kitchen. It's been a great experience, and so being able to come here and see like that next generation coming to life is really exciting.
Now, as a food writer, were you the nice one or were you hard? Did you give them a run for their money?
I'd like to feel like I gave balanced reviews. If there was something that could be improved upon, I would want to know, and so I did that in a way that wasn't critical but more constructive, and that's the way I like to approach it. But if something was amazing, boy, I did not hold back.
And speaking of amazing, this is today's recipe lineup. Students will start off by making skillet pork chops as the main course of today's dish. The side dishes include a kale salad with apples and cranberries, along with a serving of white cheddar, macaroni, and cheese. Then comes the dessert. Start with store-bought dessert creativity challenge. Students will be given ice cream and cookies, along with a lot of other ingredients, which they are then free to mix and serve in any way they believe will be the tastiest and most creative. Now, let's meet each student from both teams before they square off in the kitchen. Okay, let's meet our team from Inola. What's your name and what grade are you in?
Hi, I'm Maggie and I'm a junior.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Rose and I'm a senior.
And I'm Abby and I'm also a senior.
Okay, ladies excited? Yeah, ready to cook?
Yeah.
All right, let's get going. All right, now let's meet the team from Union. What's your name and what grade?
I'm Maria and I'm a junior.
I'm Zaire and I'm a junior.
I'm Eddie, I'm also a junior.
All right, you guys ready and excited?
Very.
All right, let's get cooking. Earlier, we had both teams go into the back storeroom and bring out whatever ingredients they felt they would need to create each dish. They loaded up their cart and wheeled it out to their respective kitchens. Okay, we've got 60 minutes on the clock. Inola, you ready?
Inola!
All right, they're ready. Union, you ready? Woo! Yes! Well, let the competition begin. Talk to us about what you are going to be looking for as a judge for our competition today.
I think right now I'm looking more at technique and looking more at food safety, making sure there's no cross-contamination, making sure that they're, using good sound techniques. I think that's kind of my role in this whole judge thing. So for now, I'm just kind of making sure they're taking care of the food.
Well, I'm sure you're asked to be a judge on lots of different occasions like this. So what do you like about being a judge and having that culinary distinguishing?
Well, I mean, for this one in particular, it's rewarding to be able to help high school students learn a little bit more about cooking, and obviously I'll give them feedback when they're all done, and hopefully they'll learn a few things and take that to heart and get better. So.
Well, for someone who has made a career out of the food industry here, what advice do you have for some of these kids who are truly learning how to get these skills and maybe take them into the real world?
I think just mess up a whole lot. You can't really get better unless you just keep trying and keep learning new things, and that requires you to screw up a lot. And, whatever you do, learn from it and get better.
How are you going to approach judging these kids working together? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for, number one, I'm looking for communication. I'm also looking to make sure that everybody's doing different things and making sure that they're all communicating. One thing about being in a kitchen is, it's tight spaces, and so you have to let people know where you are and what you're doing and what's hot, what's not, and just using good safety protocols and just good communication.
They have some dishes that seem like they would be easy to complete. Pork chops, macaroni and cheese, two of my favorites. Macaroni and cheese, deceptively difficult. There are a lot of things that can go wrong as the noodles can be overcooked or undercooked. Creating the actual roux and then the cheese, it can break apart. It's not just throwing it out of a box into a pan. So
that's all I've ever done.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot more complicated. And then pork chops, also very difficult. You got to get the timing just right on them and season them perfectly, or they can come out pretty tasteless and tough. So they've got their work cut out for them. But so far, so good. They're doing some great work here, and it's been really fun to watch them.
Now, when it comes to teamwork, what are you looking for with how these teams work together?
It's been interesting to see how the teams are approaching this. Some are dividing and conquering separate dishes. Some are helping on specific things for each dish. So it'll be interesting to see who, at the end, gets everything done and on the plates in time.
One thing I'm noticing first off, these youngsters are way ahead of where I was. I don't know where you were when you were cooking when you were young. That wasn't really my thing. I was more playing baseball, football, and the like. But I'm watching these people work as a team because it's a different kind of team. So it's impressive to see them do what they're doing. Two, they're utilizing a lot of things in the kitchen that to this day I still don't use. I didn't even know what a shallot was till I got here, but I'm feeling better about myself now that I do. There's a lot of real talent in both of these schools, and it's fun to watch them come together and put their work together, and I can't wait to taste it.
Let's talk about taste. When it comes to taste, what is your palate like? You looking for sweet, salty, savory? What are you looking for?
They're bringing me some pork. Pork can go wrong really fast. 1 or 2 minutes too much, and all of a sudden it is dry as shoe leather. So I want to make sure, A, that it's still juicy. It's got some good consistency to it. I'm looking for that. When I get to the salad, I don't want it all mushy and runny. And when I get dessert, that's the best part. I'll just be eating and eating and eating.
right, I'm speaking with Shauna, the coach for the Inola team. Now, Shauna, I know you've been here before for our earlier season, but talk a little bit about what you do with Inola team and what you're really hoping for your kids today.
So I hope that we do really well. We do have a new team member today due to scheduling conflict. So I think that they're still going to work together. They have culinary class together, and that's kind of what we've worked on together as a team. Teamwork, collaboration. I think they'll do really well either way. Even though one of them has only been here one time. This is their first. So
talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses of your team.
Well, they all get along really well, so they spend time outside of class together as well. So I think that's a good thing for them. The kind of downfall is the new member. She's also from another country, so some things may look a little different to her than what she would normally see.
Okay, so, that's a fun challenge.
A little bit.
And also probably adding to her culinary skills.
Yes.
Awesome. What is something you really want to instill in these kids in your teaching at the school?
Well, I want them to enjoy cooking and learn skills that they can use outside of class later down the road when they're on their own, and need to learn all those things that are just good things to know, like in general.
We all need.
Yes, we all
to learn
need.
How to cook.
Yes.
I know it's loud. 30 minutes left. Okay, I'm speaking with Mike, the coach for the Union team. Now, Mike, you've been here before as well. So how are you guys going to approach it differently this time?
We did a lot more variety this time, and because you don't know what's going to get thrown at you, we just brainstorm stuff that we might see they're not sure of. But we also divvied it up into zones, like we had a dessert specialist, a starch specialist, and a protein specialist this time. So we changed it up.
And talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses of your team.
Some of the strengths are they get along great. Some of the weaknesses are that, well, they're just not too familiar because, as you get older, you learn to cook more stuff.
Right.
So
in this class that they're taking, what are some important tools that you're trying to enrich into their lives?
Safety and sanitation, that's everything. Because if you get a plate that's contaminated, you can't even try it. And then work ethic. And then, of course, above all, sportsmanship. Because I don't win at everything that I do. I lose more than I win, and you need to be a good sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are good skills.
Yes, they're life skills.
What got you into cooking?
Just the need of, or the want of not wanting to cook everything in the microwave. It was more of a just to help myself. I also, cooking is involved a lot in my family, so it helped me. So now I can brag and say I'm better than everyone else.
Nice. What about when you graduate high school? How do you see yourself adding these skills into your life?
Although cooking isn't really a career I want to take, I feel like it would just help me in my daily life just to be healthier and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really it.
So what got you into cooking?
My mom. I think that's how we bond. It's like our relationship. It's a lot to do with food, so I think my mom.
And what about when you graduate high school? How do you think you'll use these skills?
Well, I want to make sure that I'm able to cook home-style meals for my family and just for myself, so I think that will help me out.
What got you into cooking?
So I like to watch people eating online and like those ASMR and mukbang. It just looks so good, so I want to try cooking.
Oh, wow. How do you want to extend this into your adult life?
I would say like either I cook for my kid, my family, or just for myself.
What got you into cooking?
Definitely my grandma, and she also put me in cooking classes when I was little, so that definitely helped me out.
Okay, and how do you see you're going to take this into your adult life?
Definitely in college, I'll be cooking and know how to cook for my family, and I think it's a great life lesson.
I absolutely love cooking. I'm always trying to learn more and more every day, and just like try and just make art.
Right, and what got you into cooking?
It's actually my parents, because they're really involved in cooking, and I was just like seeing them cook every day and just got me so inspired by them, and I want to do that for the rest of my life too.
Okay, good. Yeah, how do you want to take these skills into your adult life?
I want to either take over their restaurant or open up my own restaurant. I want to just make people happy with the food I make.
My dad, he used to cook a lot, and I would just hang out with him in the kitchen and help him and just spend time with him.
Now, you're not from Oklahoma. Where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Wonderful. So for people who might not know about the food of the Netherlands, tell us a little bit about it.
It's very basic. So a lot of like our specialties are like from the old farmers and a lot of potatoes. So.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of Oklahoma?
I like it. Yeah.
Great. So what do you think about the class that you're taking, learning these skills? How do you think you might take this into your adult life?
I think cooking overall is like a really important like life skill. So whenever you have a family, or I'm planning going to a hospitality management school back home, and I'll have a lot of cooking classes there too.
15 minutes left. 15 minutes left to the clock. Left. Oh, 5 minutes left. everything down. Good job, everyone. All right, Union will be our first team to present their food to the judges. How do you think you did today?
I think we did absolutely amazing. I'm really proud of everything we did.
Good. What are you most proud of?
I'm definitely most proud of the pork chops. I did them myself. I'm proud of the sauce. Everything tasted amazing when I tried it.
Any challenges you guys came up against?
Not really, to be honest.
How do you think you did today?
I think we did better than last time.
In what way?
Like the plating, time management, and the teamwork.
What did you learn about your time last time that you incorporated into this?
So last time we didn't like conquer our time management. It's like we started playing like in the last 10 minutes, but we did it for like 15 minutes this time, and we have like enough time to clean up and like talk about it and like how we're gonna play about it. Look, how we're gonna play the game.
And what challenges did you guys face today?
Not much this time. It was like way better than last time.
Great. What dish are you most proud of?
I would say the mac and cheese.
What makes your mac and cheese different than others?
I add mustard in it, even it didn't say on the recipe. I think it would be like helping the taste and like adjust the oilness.
So how do you think you did?
I think we did really well, especially compared to our last round, yeah.
What was your dish you're most proud of this time?
The dessert, because I simmered down the raspberries that we had and made a sauce to go on top of the whipped cream and the ice cream. So I think that helped a lot.
What about any challenges you guys faced?
I wouldn't say we really had any challenges this time. It went really smoothly. So that made me really happy.
And now we have Inola. Their food is plated, and you can now give it to the judges. Okay, how do you think you did today?
I think we did really well. We could have saved more time for the dessert, but I think that we did great on the pork chop and great on the salad, and I just think all of our dishes are well decorated.
Right, and what challenges did you face?
Definitely the time. We were like, there's 1 minute left. Oh no, like we can't plate our stuff, but we got it done, so.
I think we did great. I think we worked really well as a team, so I'm pretty proud of us.
What are you most proud of?
I'm just proud of how well we all worked together and how when one of us was stressed, like the other one would come and help.
What dish are you most excited about?
Definitely the ice cream. I love ice cream, so.
I think we did really good. I'm just proud of us and how we did.
As the judges taste the meals and added up their final scores, they shared their thoughts about both teams.
Well, first thing I noticed that Inola had a really good team thing going. I mean, they really looked sharp when they were doing their deal, and I thought that really it showed when he got here to the table. I thought it was a lot of really good work went into that. Both teams really had a plan when they came out here. It looked real impressive, and again, both dishes were phenomenal. There were sometimes on one of the teams, maybe they looked a little out of sorts, and I think maybe that's probably something you can work on the next time.
So I really enjoyed watching both teams work. It seemed like they were both approaching things a little bit differently, so I was really curious to see how it all turned out. But it was really great to see them work together, and an hour to pump out this many dishes is not easy. Like, I couldn't do that in my own kitchen at that age. So really impressive, impressive technical skills. So they've definitely been studying up. But overall, I think that, there were some technical skills, some teamwork skills, so it'll be really interesting to see who comes out on top.
I think both teams did very well. I thought that Inola was very well organized. I thought they kept their station very clean. I thought they communicated well. It was just a really good team effort. On the Union side, I thought there were some great technical skills. I thought that some of the items that they did, how they cooked, were the ways that I would cook. So it was refreshing to see that good fundamental skills are being taught. So I thought both teams did great.
The judges finished each of their personal scores for the teams and handed in their final count. Then I was given the very surprising results. The judges, they have tallied up their score, and it looks like we have Inola, 63. Union, 63. So we have a tie, our first ever tie. But if you want to see who's going to win this season's championship, you have to keep watching Food Fight on RSU TV.
Food Fight, a student competition, is presented by the Oklahoma Natural Gas Energy Efficiency Program.